Picture this. Selena Gomez, once Justin Bieber's girlfriend, is openly talking about self-love and personal growth. Meanwhile, Hailey Bieber, his wife, is trending online because fans are convinced she made Justin completely cut Selena out of his life. Did that really happen? And what does it tell us about loyalty, heartbreak, and the pressures of living life in the spotlight? Let's break down the story and why fans can't stop overthinking every detail. Justin and Selena's history is unforgettable for fans. Their relationship spanned years, full of hit songs, interviews, breakups, and reconciliations. It started when they were teenagers and became one of the most followed love stories of the decade. By early 2018, though, that roller coaster came to a close. Selena focused on her health and career, trying to move forward, while Justin was stepping into a new chapter of his life. That's when Hailey Baldwin entered the scene. Within months, Justin and Hailey's relationship got serious, and by September 2018, they were married. The timeline left fans stunned, making many wonder whether Justin ever truly let go of Selena, or if Hailey made sure that chapter was completely closed. From the start, rumors of tension between Hailey and Selena followed them. Fans watched every social media like, comment, post, and interview for signs of drama. Hailey repeatedly denied there was any feud, saying it was all made up and that she was tired of people twisting everything into conflict. Yet denials didn't stop the speculation. Many fans believed that actions mattered more than words, and in the eyes of millions online, tiny hints seemed to point to ongoing friction. In early 2025, the online chatter grew even louder. A TikTok user claimed Hailey liked a video mocking Selena and her fiancé Benny Blanco. The clip focused on their interview magazine photo shoot, and many interpreted it as a subtle jab. Screenshots spread quickly, and before anyone could explain, people were convinced Hailey had taken a dig at Selena. Even though her team insisted it was either a mistake or taken out of context, the story stuck. Fans saw it as part of a long pattern of memes, posts, and online behavior that seemed to continually reference Selena in a negative way. The idea that Hailey pressured Justin to permanently cut off Selena comes from observations like this. Every time Selena's name appeared in Justin's public life, there seemed to be a move to distance him, unfollowing her, avoiding mentions, and keeping her out of sight. Fans who had watched Justin openly pour his emotions into songs about Selena for years felt the silence was too intentional to be natural. To them, it wasn't just about moving on. It felt like someone was making sure that past relationships stayed behind closed doors. But the situation is more complicated than it seems. Justin, Hailey, and Selena each have their own experiences and pressures. Justin is balancing a marriage he chose with a past relationship that the public refuses to forget. His marriage is supposed to be his private sanctuary, yet every reminder of Selena drags him back into old stories. Hailey, on the other hand, entered a relationship where Justin's history with Selena was everywhere, through music, fan pages, and interviews. Being married to someone while constantly compared to an ex is incredibly stressful and can make anyone set firm boundaries. Selena, meanwhile, has faced her own struggles with mental health and personal growth, all while being continuously linked to Justin no matter how much she moves on. Fans are divided in their opinions. Some are convinced Hailey deliberately tries to keep Selena away from Justin, pointing to social media activity like the TikTok incident as proof. Others defend Hailey, saying she's unfairly judged and that people twist ordinary actions into attacks. Then there are those who criticize Justin, claiming he could be more open or that his silence fuels speculation. Selena's supporters, the Selenators, view any negative mention of her as unjust and believe she deserves peace after everything she has been through. This obsession online has created countless theories. Some suggest Hailey feels threatened by Selena's new projects, like music or a documentary, and wants to keep Justin focused on their life. Others argue Justin himself avoids anything tied to Selena, not just because of Hailey, but because of the constant public scrutiny. There's also a group that believes all of it is just fan-made drama. Yet the fact that these stories spread so quickly shows how invested people still are. The impact on their careers is another layer. Selena has built a multifaceted career in music, acting, producing, and beauty. Gossip like this can distract from her work, but it also drives attention, which sometimes benefits her projects. Still, the mental toll of constant public drama can't be ignored. Hailey's modeling career and her brand, Rhode, rely heavily on her image. Negative publicity can be risky, but showing resilience also strengthens her appeal to brands. Justin, whose name is tied to both women, faces the challenge of keeping his music and projects in the spotlight without them being overshadowed by personal drama. Rumors and speculation can make people question whether his public image reflects his true self or just the narrative created around his relationships. Overall, the story of Justin, Selena, and Hailey isn't just about romance. It's about how personal lives get magnified online, how past and present collide, and how fame complicates even the simplest choices. Every post, comment, or like gets dissected, and the pressure on all three of them is relentless. Fans watch, judge, and create narratives, but the reality is messy, private, and often much more complicated than what headlines suggest. The tension between Justin, Selena, and Hailey isn't just a passing news story. It keeps resurfacing like clockwork. Every time Selena shares a glimpse of her life online, or Hailey posts something with Justin, fans immediately start comparing, analyzing, and spinning theories. This constant cycle only fuels the belief that Hailey may have drawn strict boundaries when it comes to Justin's connection with his ex. The whispers are always similar: that Justin is no longer allowed to acknowledge Selena publicly, not even in the smallest way. Looking back, Justin once shared heartfelt messages about Selena, wrote songs inspired by their bond, and spoke openly about the love they shared. Today, all of that openness is gone. It's as if a silent rule prevents him from ever mentioning her. Fans notice this stark change and think it didn't happen naturally. Many argue that someone close to him, Hailey being the obvious choice, ensured that this part of his life stayed closed. But what does this silence really mean? For some, it's seen as a sign of loyalty to his wife, a way to demonstrate that his marriage comes first. For others, it seems forced, as though Justin was pushed into severing ties with someone who played such an important role in his life. This is where the debate becomes messy. Fans don't just see Justin as a superstar. They see a man who has spent his adult life under constant public scrutiny, with every relationship move dissected. That kind of pressure can challenge even the strongest personalities. Selena's situation sparks empathy as well. She rarely addresses this drama directly, but her supporters argue that she doesn't need to. Her success in music, acting, producing, and business speaks for itself. Yet the ongoing links to Justin and Hailey pull her name back into a story she never asked for. Even when she celebrates her love with Benny Blanco, comparisons to her past with Justin don't stop. When Hailey allegedly liked that mocking TikTok, fans saw it not only as an insult to Selena, but also as a disruption to her current relationship. This only strengthened the belief among some that Hailey isn't just keeping Justin distant from Selena, but may be actively interfering with her happiness. Hailey's position, however, is far from simple. She has repeatedly said she's exhausted by the constant comparisons and wishes people would stop forcing this narrative. Still, even small gestures like a TikTok like are blown up into headlines. That's the challenge of marrying someone whose past relationship became a cultural phenomenon. No matter how much Hailey seeks peace, the public refuses to give it. In this chaos, it becomes easy for people to assume she set strict rules for Justin to protect their marriage. Justin's silence adds another layer of intrigue. Some fans argue that if he truly wanted to put the rumors to rest, he could do so with a post, a statement, or even a casual neutral mention of Selena. But he chooses to stay quiet, which only deepens speculation. Is he staying silent to respect Hailey's wishes? Or is it his own way of avoiding drama? Either way, the lack of clarity keeps gossip alive, and fans continue trying to fill in the blanks. Looking ahead, this story could go in several directions. Perhaps Justin will eventually break his silence and clarify everything. Maybe Selena, with her calm but strong approach, will address the constant comparisons and ask for space. Or possibly Hailey will speak out more openly, explaining how hard it has been to live in the shadow of Justin's past. Until one of these things happens, the speculation is likely to keep growing. Yet the truth fans often overlook is that each of them has moved forward in their own way. Selena has a thriving career and a steady relationship. Hailey is building her fashion and beauty empire. Justin remains a global superstar with new projects on the horizon. And still, the ghost of their intertwined past continues to dominate headlines and online conversations. So did Hailey Bieber pressure Justin to completely cut Selena out? Many fans are convinced she did, citing every online hint as proof. Whether it's actually true has become almost irrelevant. The story has taken on a life of its own. What matters now is how Justin, Selena, and Hailey handle the constant noise, the endless comparisons, and the weight of a narrative that refuses to fade. As long as these three remain in the spotlight, this triangle will never fully disappear. The internet will always be ready for the next post, the next like, or the next small action that can be interpreted as confirmation of the drama. The questions linger, the suspense remains, and fans are left wondering the same thing over and over. Did Hailey really make Justin cut Selena out for good? Or is the truth far more complicated than anyone wants to admit?